Yo, welcome back. Today we're looking at the AI invasion, which is I'm using Perplexity to deep research and look for the biggest pain points for us music artists. So we're gonna have a look through this, have a bit of a chat about it. Love to hear your comments in the comment section. And yeah, hope you're having a dope day. So the AI music invasion. The third greatest pain point facing independent artists today. The first two, according to Perplexity, and this could be in different orders. First one was the lack of income and streaming, how that's just such a black hole. Second was mental health. AI's third, it's saying. So, an unprecedented technological disruption is systematically flooding streaming platforms with artificially generated content, creating an impossible competitive landscape for human creators. With 30,000 AI generative tracks uploaded to Teaser daily, that is a lot. I did not know it was that many. As of September 2025, representing 28% of all music. Do you know that much? Independent artists, I didn't know that. Independent artists now face competition not from other humans, but from algorithms capable of producing music at superhuman scale and speed. So my thing with this initially is but with having a community as part of your business model, so you actually speak to fans, what are fans going to want? I think maybe a lot of people will want AI artists, and platforms like YouTube, by the sounds of it, will probably use AI creators, because why pay people when you can just algorithmically choose and create the perfect creator? But I know Timbaland caused a lot of chaos because he had his first, he was signed first AI artist, but people are really kicking back against AI in a lot of ways. I have obviously no idea about how it's going to go. Very much looks like it's fork roads. But in terms of massive, cemented AI artists, it's about what humans want. So by the looks of things, a lot of people like the interact with fans, and if content that shows you, and then that goes, you can invite people to a community, whether that's free or paid. And within that community, you might have live events or backstage events. There'll be obviously digital backstage events that can be like VIP things. Maybe it's behind the scenes, things where fans can talk to you and each other. They really lean into the human side. I think it's yet to be seen. This is kind of like maybe a honeymoon period. Maybe that's really naive. I don't. Obviously, the AI is going to be massive, but if we lean into the humanness, which a lot of humans want, maybe I'm being naive, but I think that's where it can be protected. We can protect it, like art, like going to the theatre, seeing real humans from their own experience, rather than an AI robot, which will happen, acting. I don't know. I think I would prefer to see that, as much as I would probably watch an AI robot if it was amazing. Still want to see a real person. So what do you think? So this is the AI invasion, the exponential growth of AI-generated tracks uploaded to streaming platforms in 2025. Shows no signs of slowing, threatening to overwhelm human creators. So the numbers documented are staggering and accelerating. Deezer, which I don't know if Deezer started flagging it, from what I read, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe worth something to check, receives over 30,000 fully AI-generated tracks. And I know there's a lot of issues with that, not only with where they scrape the music from, and the performances and that sort of thing. I know it's not amazing at the moment, but that's not the point. And two, it's going to get amazing. AI is going to get amazing at performing music. So represents, but then it becomes is music's a language. What are they speaking about? Is it just parroting? Because parrots can talk, but we know they haven't lived that experience a lot of time. They've just parroted it. So they're basically, AI is basically parroting humans, but we don't. I know there's a lot of nuance because parrots don't make money, or not most of them don't. Long John Silver's might have done, or the one that swears loads, but that was on YouTube. But yeah, if we see it as just parroting, I don't know. It's a really great conversation to have, isn't it? This represents 200% increase since January, when the figure was 10,000 daily. 28% of all tracks uploaded to streaming platforms are now fully AI generated. Over 10 million AI tracks are uploaded annually across all platforms. 112,000 total tracks are uploaded to streaming service daily, meaning AI accounts for 25% of global music uploads. That's a lot. The fraudulent AI economy. The AI music flood isn't primarily driven by creative expression, but by systematic fraud. 70% of streams generated by fully AI generated tracks are fraudulent. Scraping, I guess, right? 18% of all content on platforms like Deezer is AI generated, but this represents only 0.5% of actual streams due to artificial manipulation. And that's back from Deezer, by looks of things. The primary purpose of uploading AI tracks is fraudulent activity rather than genuine creative expression. So this graph here shows the market share between human and AI. So market share, 72% is human. Annual volume is just insane. 10,950,000. If my GCSE maths are correct, that's right. Whereas 120 tracks per year for human, that's insane. Songs per minute, 0.0001. Hey, that's basically what you get paid for about 1 billion streams on Spotify, innit? So there's some sort of tangible link there. 0.5 songs per minute, half song in a minute. Daily track, but obviously it's not experiential. Daily track produced 0.330 was 30,000 tracks. Jeez. The impossible competition, AI versus human creativity. But where's the competition? Is it just volume? There you go, speed and volume. But where's the depth? Because depth-wise, there is no competition. It might be David versus Goliath in terms of speed and volume, but David knocks it on the head with experience because we live in it. Music's a language. We've got a lot of assets in that area. Speed and volume advantage. Independent artists face a mathematical impossible competitive landscape in production speed. AI generates full songs under 2 minutes. Human artists typically take weeks to 3 months to complete a single track. AI can produce 720 songs in the time a human completes one. Daily output. AI systems can generate 30,000 plus tracks daily on a single platform. The average independent artist produces 0.1 to 0.3 tracks daily, which is approximately under 10 per month. 10 is a lot a month, to be fair, in my experience. If you're producing it yourself and stuff. AI outproduces humans by a factor of 100,000 to 1 in raw volume, and the annual volume, AI system generates over 10 million tracks annually. Independent artists typically complete 10 to 50 a year. AI produces 200,000 to 1 million times more content. Is that 1 million? Am I being a noob? I don't think I'm being a noob. That is 1 million, I'm pretty sure. Quality and sophistication improvements. Modern AI music generation has reached concerning levels of sophistication, but doesn't have the experience. I'm not going to say that anymore because I'm going to sound like a broken record. AI platforms like Suno generate complete 3+ minute songs with full arrangements, lyrics, and vocal performances. Suno Udio, they're all quite fun to say now. produces songs with vocal ensembles and harmonies. AI tracks can closely mimic specific artist styles seen in lawsuits citing AI versions virtually indistinguishable from ABBA. Well, I mean, ABBA are kind of using... They're not using AI, they're using holograms, aren't they? For the live show. I know they're playing the right tracks, though. So, their own tracks, right? They wrote. Over 100,000 songs were generated by Suno and Udio users between May and October 2024. I guess that ABBA example is where technology can serve us, and he's right, and this AI is obviously showing where it can be copyright infringed. So the crisis, mass theft of human creativity. The foundation of AI music generation rests on systematic copyright infringement. Legal challenges. So Sony Music, Universal Music Group, and Warner Records sued Suno and Udio in landmark cases filed June 2025. I didn't realise that. I know they had a beef with TikTok. Was that Sony? I didn't know they sued him. It's funny now, isn't it? Because again, maybe this is just being a bit stereotypical, but from what I've heard, record labels didn't really care about music artists that much as a general thing. But now their music is getting impacted. Whoa, they're going to war on it. And I tried to put this TikTok thing, remember? Like, I think it was Sony. It was, are we looking after the artist? It's like, you cried wolf way too many times, and now you're putting up this morally virtuistic argument, and you just virtue signaling. Not buying any of it. Damages saw $150,000 per infringing work. Potential totaling hundreds of millions, 150 grand per would that be per track, you reckon? Allegations include mass infringement on an almost unimaginable scale. Unimaginable. AI companies allegedly copied decades of the world's most popular sounding recordings without authorization. And the training data problem is that AI models trained on copyright music without permission. This is a scraping thing, right? Wholesale theft of recordings threaten the entire music ecosystem, and AI companies profit from copying songs to split out new competing music files. This where my thing comes about human experiences. But I'd love to know what you think about this, because it doesn't matter how much they steal, they won't have that. But then I guess they're still stealing. They're obviously stealing sound, so there shouldn't be any sort of infringement whatsoever. What do you think? Think it's going to wipe it out? Cultural appropriation through AI. The impact extends beyond individual copyright to cultural theft. Bet like 5 years ago, we weren't thinking about AI culturally appropriating humans, were we? Well, some of us were, but I wasn't. I didn't think it was going to be now. 89% of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander music creators believe AI will increase cultural appropriation. AI systems replicate and commercialize traditional music elements without consent or compensation. Indigenous and marginalized communities' musical heritage becomes modified through AI training. Economic devastation for independent artists is the revenue pool destruction. AI music is systematically destroying the economic foundation of independent music. The direct financial impact of this is $519 million US dollars. Is that Australian dollars? Maybe approximately $350 million US dollars at risk by 2018, representing 23% of music creators' revenues. Wow, $1 billion minimum stolen annually through AI-powered streaming fraud. I wonder if that's because they're stealing music and getting paid for it through streams that will be going to humans that have legitimately written it. A lot of humans do steal music as well, though. This is one of the things. A lot of humans do steal music. I know it's more black and white in this case because yeah, but Noel Gallagher for one. The musical Smith case study. North Carolina music. Michael Smith allegedly stole $10 million. It's really hard not to say it like Dr. Evil. Whenever that million comes up. Using AI-generated tracks and bot streams. Used hundreds of thousands of AI-generated tracks streamed billions of times. Each track streamed just enough to avoid detection while generating fraudulent royalties. Chuffing it. The impossible economics for human artists, independent artists face a devastating economic reality that 70% already earn less than 10 grand annually from music. AI tracks dilute the finite royalty pool. Royalties, I understand about royalties, but what it's missing is merch and communities and live events, whether that's digitally or live. Digitally we can do probably easier. And then learning to sell high-end offers, things that are even leaning into the humanity of it. Like live, you should do live versions or see what your fans want. But this is missing from the music conversation about how to turn it into a business. And even if those, I think community is at the heart of it, especially when it's looking at this with AI, human community is at the heart of it, whether that's on Discord or school or either in WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, whatever's right for you. I think Facebook's a bit RIP'd. But I am seeing a big gap here. I do know about streaming, but streaming didn't pay as well anyway. So if we make music, maybe we release some of it onto Spotify, but don't obsess about streaming. This is just one tactic. And then have some behind a paywall, whether that's Bandcamp where you get paid more percentage, or whether it's in a community where people pay for the community and get to hear your music, or you release it all for X amount of pounds, dollars, yen, whatever your currency is. Chocolate coins, that's my preferred currency to receive. Then you can still pay it. I'm doing a lot of Trumpian rebellion. No, that was done to evil. Platform response. Every fraudulent AI dollar reduces payments to legitimate creators. Platform response. Too little, too late. Right, song called that. Detection efforts fall short. While platforms acknowledge the problem, the response remains inadequate. You're not sorry enough to change, Deezer. Deezer AI detection launched a tool in January 2024 with 2 patients filmed, patents filed, not patients filled. I think that would be a different lawsuit. Can identify 100% of AI-generated music from pseudo and audio, removes AI tracks from algorithmic recommendations, and excludes fraudulent streams from royalty payments. Sounds pretty good. The industry-wide challenge is, though, that most platforms turn a blind eye to the issue. Detection tools struggle with new AI models and require constant updates. AI generation advances faster than detection capabilities, and there are no unified industry standards for AI content identification. There's a load of wild stuff with AI going on, like chatting up kids, and I don't know whether that was a chat. I don't know the name because I can't remember what it was, but just doing some spooky stuff, man. Like, where is the legislation? Like, they can do this for other things that concern them. Why have they let it out and not immediately? Look what happened when that virus came. Boom, straight away, billions of dollars, everything, laws or legislations, everyone was united. This is just like, we're just letting it go everywhere. It's just, I just can't see how it's not intentional. Because when they want to get the stuff together, they get the stuff together. This stuff just seems like it's just intentional. The chaos is intentional. So they can form some sort of order out of it. That's what I think they're trying to do. We can get our own order out of it. We just need to make sure that we law and order it, and we just push for regulations and become united over it. Humanity first, man. That's how we do it. Artist response, fear and desperation. An overwhelming industry concern that is shown that surveys reveal the depth of artist anxiety, which we talked about mental health on the other one. Didn't mention anything about AI, but it was mentioned about not making money. So I guess AI is going to flood that mind thought if you're not looking at the business side of things from a more holistic view rather than just streamings, or the more traditional ways of making money. Youngblood has some really amazing ideas, by the way. He's obviously going $100 million business. I've done a video on him on this channel. You can obviously look elsewhere. He's got some amazing ideas. And even if we're not $100 million, but we can still take the influence from that and how he approaches fans as family. And he has different tiers of pricing. He sells a lot. But his festival's very low. But he will have, I think he does have, you can pay for things at a high level. You can personalize your merch. He's got a store in Denmark Street. You could have yours online. He's a really influential person globally. He's becoming that, and he's become that. But also as music artists, we can take someone like Youngblood and really get his philosophy from human first interactions with his fans and how he sells his music and how he's growing in an amazing way as big inspiration. So I'd check him out if you're interested. The survey from APRA AMCOS showed that 82% were concerned that AI will eliminate their ability to make a living. I don't think that's the case, but I understand it's a concern. 90%, 7% demand policymakers pay more attention to AI and copyright challenges. Absolutely. 54% believe AI can assist human creativity, but fear being replaced entirely. Yeah. It can. Look what we're doing now. We're using Perplexity to help study AI. I've been using Perplexity to give me loads of facts about humanity and our evolution, and I've written a song, but I play it in my own words. It's just using like a big, not thesaurus, but big encyclopedia of things, big like hyped up Google. It can be amazing, I think. And the changing of attitudes, if we use it in the right way, it's a tool, innit? It's like flint. Fire, we can set ablaze to the entire forest, or we can use it to keep yourself warm. And sometimes it's like learning how to tame it. Sometimes maybe it can't be tamed, which is the difficulties, maybe. Changing attitudes. 48% of artists used AI in 2025. Down. Well, he went down. I thought he was going to say he went up. Down from 59.5%. 42% cite a lack of personal creativity as the biggest concern with AI use. Like I said, I think you can use it, but it is easy for it to just go, here's some chords, here are some lyrics. But not cool for those artists like that. 80% say they would never use AI, down from 29%, showing growing pressure to adopt. And the creative integrity crisis. Beyond economic concerns, AI threatens artistic authenticity. So artists fear losing their unique voice and vision. If you get really clear on it, though, it won't. It's like hanging around with somebody else. Yeah, you can blend into them and start dressing like them, but if you're really rooted in you, that's where branding can come in. Amazing. Brand yourself, man. Find your branding archetype. Like, brand yourself. See who you are. The experience is how you want to show up in the world, and it won't. Pressure to use AI tools to remain competitive creates ethical dilemmas. You can find it is difficult to kind of filter it sometimes, but it's like we use Google, and they're not ethical at all. They nuked Ask Jeeves for the one. He got absolutely murked. But they're out there. Proton do an AI search engine that's ethical from what I've seen. So have a look into them. So they are knocking about, these companies, thankfully. We can support them. They're supporting us as well. Humanity, that's great. Younger artists may never develop human musical skills if AI dominates from the start. I don't know, just pick up a guitar, play. I don't get that. Why? It's that vinyl came back when digital boomed. Why can't us just picking up a Squire and sticking some pedals on and just jamming to some backing tracks, or getting a garage with our mates, just singing and playing along? I don't get that. It's a choice, isn't it? The definition of musician becomes unclear when algorithms can replicate human creativity. What I was saying, what is music? Music's a language. This is, for me, lack of our clarity about what music is. Like, we can make dolphin sounds and make dolphin music. Don't make weird. I mean, we've got a dolphin experience. It's like when animals copy our human voices, or birds that can do that in the Amazon or something, right? They're not humans. So AI, yeah, it can mimic us, but it's not. It can't replicate what music is. It can say the words, but it doesn't know what it means to live in. So music as a language is a huge anchor in this, I think. So I think people can use AI, like maybe to get sounds and stuff in the same way where Justin Bieber will have a string section, can you play da 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 da, and they'll play it, and it'll go on the record. He's got the music inside him. I think there's an argument that in the grey area where people who can't play it could get AI to play the music that's in them, and it's still musical because it's come from them. I think a lot of people could jump on that. I'd love to have a conversation about it. As long as the AI isn't creating parts for it. But then there's like generative synth, all that kind of world where it'll take MIDI and mix it up and stuff, and then you can use it in your own way. It's kind of like a bit like sampling. There's maybe a case of it can be creative, but obviously if AI just like build something from scratch and then you release it, you've had nothing to do with the creative process. Then that's not cool. So the legal regulatory battle, I might leave it here because it's nearly half an hour. So just so the video didn't run too long. Landmark copyright cases. Recording Industry Association of America lawsuits were 2 federal copyright infringement cases filed with Suno. The first lawsuits of the kind targeting the AI music generation specifically. The plaintiffs including Sony Music, BMG, Warnings and Recorders, and Warner Recordings, who seek injunctions to stop future infringement and damages for past violations. The industry coalition response was that over 200 artists signed a letter calling for AI regulation, including Billie Eilish and Nicki Minaj. Did not know that. Fair play. Musicians unions organising to protect members from AI replacement. Yeah, I wonder. Oh, that's fair. I was say if it was. I thought it was meaning that people in the musicians union, as in the people that run the union. But obviously, it means the artists, right? But that's the point. Are they going to have AI to take people's jobs, help make it more economical in the actual union itself? Where does the line? Where's the line? Where is the line? The Screen Actors Guild, which is not to be confused with the Lollipop Guild, the president from 2023 strikes over AI use in films. I remember that. They all went on strike, didn't they? So, I think I'll put this so you can read it. You can pause it if you want to read the rest of it. I hope that's been of some interest. Love to hear what your thoughts are. Get your business side of things sorted. Selling his service. Artists that we love sold us things and it braided in our soul. So get your business sorted. Rich Dad Poor Dad gets a lot of stick. It's an amazing book. I love it. Have a listen on YouTube. That helps change your mind and see what assets and liabilities are, just about how money can work for us and the things that stop us being poor. Because what's the point in being poor? We don't poor health, so why have poor wealth? We can do this. We can make money out of music by helping each other, getting our business side of things sorted. Like I say, whether it's content, branding, community, offers, showing up, talking to fans, having genuine relationships. We can really do this. 1,000 fans paying $100, pounds, whatever your currency is 100,000 every year. 50 fans at $100, pounds a year is 50 grand. 50 grand's a living wage. Doing other things maybe on the side as well. You're chilling, put investments. We can really do this. So it just wants a conversation. It's just normal. We talk about this sort of stuff as much as we talk about streaming. Because streaming doesn't pay. We know streaming doesn't pay. We know AI is here. So as music as a language, we're the species that can create that human music and get our experience across. So money is an integral part. We buy everything every day. We buy lots of things every day. So let's get into that energy. It's a flow. If the river's flowing, yes, get in it. And let's be pure with it, like pure selling. Like If we don't like sleazy sales, let's be the opposite of that. Let's be clean sales people and offer somebody things that really mean a lot to us and we know can change people and support people and be there as a community and be there for our fans and build a life that we're proud of and is sustainable because of our art. We can really do it. So more conversations like this. I think the more conversations we have about this, the better. We'll continue to have it on this channel. So have an amazing day. Thanks for sticking around this long if you have done, and have a dope one. I'll see you very soon.